Good morning, this is Chieeton. Today I'm going to collect Japanese walnut sap and make an absolutely delicious liquid. So let's start tapping Japanese walnut sap. But you can't just take sap from any old tree out there. You need to make sure that collecting from a tree on your own land or a walnut standing along the river complies with the river law. This time I'll be tapping a walnut tree that I've already confirmed is legally clear for sap collection. It's one of these trees around here. Look at this Japanese walnut. What a really magnificent specimen. It's probably about 30 centimeters across, so I'll just take a little sap. Collecting sap is simple. Drill a hole in the trunk and guide it into a bottle. Today I'll use this spile as a tap and catch the sap as it drips with a bottle. Alright then, let's go ahead and make the hole. Whoa, it's coming out. Hey, check this out. Dig in. It's almost water, but boiling it down makes it sweet. No, that's wasteful. Come on, let's retrieve it right now. Okay, perfect. Wow, look, it's really flowing out now. So awesome. Alright, I'm looking forward to seeing how much accumulates in a day. By the way, sap rises because in warm seasons, water evaporates from the leaves, changing the osmotic pressure and pulling moisture up from the roots. So why does a leafless Japanese walnut gush so much sap now? In a moment, it's going to push out new shoots and flower buds for reproduction, and that takes a massive hit of energy. Right now then, the tree is practically bloated with sap for the sake of reproduction, bursting at the seams. These tiny taps are only superficial scratches, so the tree won't die or suffer lasting stress. While I was talking, it has already collected this much. Alright, let's tap the rest of the trees now too. What's this? I really don't get it. It's overflowing. This one's a winner too. It's coming out. Here it comes, the first drop, such a waste. It's filling up, yep. Each of these drops is sap containing nutrients gained through photosynthesis. Solar energy is the power that ultimately produces this sap. So precious. Alright, it's flowing, coming out in really generous amounts today. I've set up 4 plastic bottles like this, and today we're going to boil down this walnut sap to make some syrup. Because the volume shrinks to roughly 1/40th or 1/50th after boiling, I try to gather as much sap as I can. When people think of sap syrup, maple syrup is the star, produced by reducing sap from maple trees. Yet birch sap syrup exists too in many places worldwide today. With that in mind, any tree generous enough to give lots of sap can have its sap reduced into syrup. The Japanese walnut is one of those prolific donors. By the way, there is a tree in my yard that is not a maple, birch, or walnut, but it's known that you can get sap from it too. When the weather warms and the sap starts flowing, I plan to film that adventure as well, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and look forward to it. I promise it will be super tasty content. Let's leave it for a day and return. I'm totally excited. Alright, jump forward to tomorrow. See you then. Okay, we're back at the tree. I can't wait to see how much has gathered. Got my bottle ready. Whoa, it's practically brimming. Is it overflowing? Nope, just shy of the edge, filled right to the top. Perfect timing. Now, how's the other container doing then? This one's practically full as well. Actually, it even overflowed. Yeah, totally filled. Nice. Let's start collecting everything right now. Incredible. This much syrup builds up in just one day. Wow, truly the earth's blessing. Sacred walnut holy water. Alright, moving on. Whoa, we already have more than 2 liters, surpassing the amount I wanted. I was hoping for at least 2 liters, but we've easily gone past that. Let's check 2 more bottles. Sap is still flowing, so I'll collect the rest off camera. This spot's okay. It's filled to just under halfway. Let's sample just a little. Time to taste it. Oh. With one sip, I can tell it's mildly sweet. The aroma is a bit different from wood itself. It definitely has a nut-like scent. Delicious. Already delicious. Not just a drop or 2. When you take a proper mouthful like this, you really taste the sweetness. There's no earthy funk at all. It reminds me of hazelnuts or some other kind of nutty fragrance. No doubt something tasty will come of this. I'm excited for this adventure. Wow, I can't wait for this. The flavor feels pure and honest. I'm getting excited. Since not much flowed here, I'll collect it. Hey, thanks. A walnut fell here, and inside is the walnut seed. Here's the walnut seed. Let's plant it at home so we can harvest our own walnut syrup someday. This spot yielded little today. We've gathered quite a bit, maybe around 3 liters. I'm really excited. Alright then, heading back home now. I've brought it home. First, since dust and impurities may be inside, I'll filter it. It's dripping down. Wow, I'm excited. Oh no, it's already clogged.
What's this?
It's walnut sap.
Is this?
Yeah. Want to try drinking it?
What? Can I?
Sure you can.
Then I'll try some.
Alright. Here you go. What do you think it tastes like?
bitter.
Look bitter?
Maybe sweet since it's sap.
Okay, here goes. Well, kind of sweet. Tastes like wood.
Is it good?
Not really sure.
Not sure.
Not sure.
My turn. Sweet.
How sweet?
Just a little. I thought it might be watery, but it's a bit sweet in the aftertaste.
So would you say it's good?
Kinda good.
That's our review of walnut sap's flavor. At this rate, it hardly drips at all, so we're getting nowhere like this. I got a dishcloth. If the coffee filter clogs this fast, the tasty components inside walnut sap might get filtered out too, so I'll strain it through a dishcloth with coarser weave instead. We only need to catch the big debris, right? Let's start filtering the sap. Looking closely, there's definitely some debris floating in here. Probably bits of walnut bark. Since little things like this turn up, a light filtration is wise. Be careful not to spill it. No need to squeeze it. It drips on its own. I'll pour it into a plastic bottle. Okay, let's continue. Using the dishcloth is much faster. The 2-liter plastic bottle is full. Let's fill the 1.5-liter bottle too. Feels like the dishcloth is also starting to clog a little. How much did we collect this time? This 1.5-liter bottle might fill up in no time. That's it. Whoa. The 1.5-liter bottle is full too. We collected so much today. We managed to collect this much. 2 liters, 1.5 liter, and roughly 500 milliliters. So in total, we gathered around 4 liters. I was originally aiming for just 2 liters, so I never imagined we'd hit 4. It's getting late and the light's fading, so I'll stash these in the fridge to keep them fresh, and tomorrow I'll boil them down. All right then, see you again tomorrow. We're jumping straight into cooking, making coffee brewed entirely with sap and syrup condensed from that sap as well. I'm planning to whip up these two. Let's measure the sap's sugar content. Ta-da! Here's the sugar refractometer. By placing a drop of sap on the tip and peeking through, we can read the sugar content. It works by measuring the liquid's refractive index to calculate sugar content. Alright, close the cover and take a look. The sugar content comes out to about 1 degree. Let's see how this changes as we keep boiling it. Alright, let's get a fire going right away. We'll be using this, a stainless cutlery rack they sell at Daiso for 200 yen. This rack actually becomes an excellent fire pit. Since simmering the sap will take ages, using gas felt wasteful, so I chose to make a wood fire. Plenty of firewood is ready, so let's burn it here today and reduce the Japanese walnut sap. Fire! Nice. Flames breathe beautifully inside this stainless cutlery rack. I'll tuck it under the pot and start warming the sap. Dropping it in now. We've got about 4 liters here, so I expect it will take quite a while. Watching like this, you can already see some thickness. I'll keep adding branches and slowly boil it down. The hole in this stainless cutlery rack works as an air vent, so the fire burns well. It's warming up nicely. The first 1.5 liters have boiled down to about half already. I'm adding another 2 liters now. I can't add all of it. I'll just keep boiling it down further. Sap began dripping steadily from around the handle, so I switched pots and... Damn it! Let's pour in the rest of the sap. Some leaked out. I'll leave a little aside for coffee. Just this much for coffee. It's boiled down nicely. Let's measure the sugar content now. About 5 degrees Brix. Keep stoking. It's gotten completely dark, but the Japanese walnut syrup is done. I think this is fine. If I leave it on the heat too long, it'll burn, and that would be a real waste, so I'll take it off now. Oh, amazing. It's turned sweet-scented, really smells like cotton candy sugar. What a lovely aroma. I'll pour it into the jar now. Honestly, I'd like to strain it a little, yet I feel it might all vanish if I do, so I'm just leaving it as is. I thought I could collect more, but to turn it into syrup, I had to reduce it this far. I want to get every single drop in. Japanese walnut sap syrup is finally done. Since it has already gotten dark, I'll wait until breakfast tomorrow and enjoy this syrup with coffee for the morning meal. Alright, let's give thanks for the mountain's blessings and dig in. First, I'll drizzle syrup over the pancakes. Let's eat. Wow. This is luxurious. Let's eat. So sweet. Tasty, delicious. It's not only sweet, I can also taste slight acidity, and that balance makes it good. There's a subtle nutty aroma. My son called it a woody scent, but it leans more toward nuts than wood. So tasty. Let's eat. It's not only sweet, there's a bit of tartness that pairs incredibly well with pancakes. That touch of acidity really makes the flavor pop. Wow, this is just perfect. Delicious. Now I'll taste the coffee brewed with sap. Amazing. The coffee is simply fantastic and any hint of sap gets completely overwhelmed. It feels different from my regular brew, yet the change is so slight I can barely pin it down and the coffee taste still leads. It's simply delicious. As a sap coffee, it has some added value and leaves my heart full. What a luxurious morning. So good. I love that it's not merely sweet. That flavor hits the spot. It adds a nice accent. The pancakes browned a bit, but they're still tasty. Wow, this is tasty. Isn't it almost decadent? I'll take the last bite. Delicious. My mouth is still in bliss. I honestly never imagined such a tasty syrup could be made from the sap we tapped from the Japanese walnut. Total success, right? Apparently you are supposed to strain it after boiling it down, but even unstrained, it was perfectly fine to eat. A kind of jelly-like scum formed, yet I just ignored it and tossed everything in. If you squeeze that jelly through cloth, it will probably come out anyway, so it's probably safe to eat too. Anyway, we picked up some walnut seeds earlier, right? Let's plant them. I'll show you right now how we plant them and what happens next, so keep watching. First, we'll put the walnut seeds in the pot. Japanese walnut is incredibly hardy, so any half-decent soil will do. Just poke a little hole and drop them in. Cover it with soil, and that's it. Japanese walnut seeds are truly drought tolerant, so as long as they don't dry out completely, they'll sprout on their own. Just leave the pot somewhere it can catch the rain and you're set. You can give it a light watering at first, but the soil is pretty moist today, so we're already good. Now let me show you what it looks like once the sprout finally emerges. Here's what it looks like after 5 years. Alright, here it is, a walnut bonsai. Because it's potted, it remains this small, but if I'd planted it in the ground, it would already stand 5 or 6 meters tall, maybe close to 10. And get this, starting around its 2nd or 3rd year, it began blooming and setting nuts. Each year I'm able to harvest 2 or 3 like this, see? This walnut fell last autumn. Even a tree this small bears nuts every year. It's fascinating. So since we were able to collect such delicious sap this time, I'm thinking of planting a walnut somewhere around here in the ground specifically for sap tapping. If I can start drawing sap from a tree in my yard, I'll make videos about that too. So please subscribe and stick around for the next 2 or 3 years. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.